La 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 la. Wait till I get my money right. We got volume, have we? I haven't got my headphones on, but I definitely heard something pop through. What's good? King of the Pit TV, Des Rocksteady. I'm in the middle of being excited, stimulated, mentally aroused through the excess of caffeine I have consumed within the past couple of hours and going to consume from here on, and probably the most tired I've ever been. I might go pop out in the middle of this record to go get myself a couple of cans, because I think I might. You know what? Normally I'm always grinding. I'm on my grind, man. It's what I love to do. And it's just my path, right? It's my survival mechanism. But I might enjoy myself tonight, you know. Not in the sense of, chilling out with you dudes for the entirety of such, which I love to do. But sometimes drinking by yourself isn't, the optimal means of living life. I'm probably going to go out and meet a few people tonight. And I'm not as spontaneous as I used to be, you know. So I thought, you know what? On a whim, why the hell not? I deserve a little bit of excitement from time to time, and I'll gift it to myself today. You know, I'll gift it to myself tonight. Nobody gets out alive, so it's not just this I do. By the way, people, like I'm grafting and grinding. I got about 20,000 different online businesses that I juggle like a flipping circus clown, and it's exhausting, man. So with that being said, I'm gonna enjoy myself, chill out. This goes out to my man Marcus. Marcus, one love, my brother. The Artist in the Ambulance is what is recommended on the Patreon by Thrice. I'm not familiar with Thrice. I know some people who are, and the people who are familiar with this band really like them. So without further ado, this is Cold Cash and Cold Hearts, track number 1. Let's go. Apparently, one of these dudes was in Poison the Well. Is that right? Or am I misreading that first comment? This is a 2000s record. This isn't the 90s. You know what? I'm not even going to try and guess the year, purely because I just see it creeping up at the bottom. 2003. The Artist in the Ambulance. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. This is what I considered emo. You know, not necessarily the first wave of emo, but this was when I started to get in alternate music, and this is what emo was to me, you know? This sound. I mean, essentially they're a rock band, aren't they? But there's a particular approach to the vocal. It's a good sounding production. It's a really good sounding production. Island Records. Island is a subsidiary of... Who is Island a subsidiary of? I want to say Warner. But I don't know if it's Universal. If it's Sony, then I've shot myself in the foot. Let's see if it makes a comment on this. That's mainstream, by the way. To put a long story short, do you know when some people say, oh, you're a mainstream band or you're an independent act? At this point on this record, this band is officially mainstream because a mainstream label has invested and put the record out. We've got Under a Killing Moon coming up next. That was an half-decent little number, but I know we're going to have a lot of different ideas coming up in this record just purely based on what I've heard there, so I'm not going to comment too early. Under a Killing Moon coming up next. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, signing in. I'm going to get myself some King of the Pit TV logo merchandise, you know. I'm going to get myself a little beanie like this. So this is actually my own brand as well that I had from years back. But I'm going to get the King of the Pit TV logo. I'm going to get a logo shirt. I'm going to get a few bits and bobs. Definitely get a mug, you know, because I'm always drinking coffee on here. If not other substances, as to where I utilise a mug quite frequently. So I think why not spruce it up a little bit, eh? Pure capitalise, you know. Of course, if you want one, you can get one. This one's Under a Killing Moon. I like the song title of Echo and the Bunnymen. Am I right in saying that? They had a song adjacent to this? Or something along the lines of that? Let's jump in. Track number 2. We're riffing. Post-hardcore, metalcore. Let's go. Let's go. It's funny because prior to this, I was breaking up into segments for the YouTube. A record we listened to not so long back, and that was Alexis on Fire's debut album. And the energy is somewhat adjacent, you know, not to a fine degree because it was a little more airy and spacey and atmospheric in the Alexis on Fire record. This is a little more in your face and driven. But, you know, it's a sign of the times. You can definitely identify the particular time frame the music was produced, you know. Ooh, great riffing. I like that riff. There's a great high end on that guitar. Well, it's like they're playing the Telecaster or something, you know? I'm not a guitar head, so you correct me where I'm going wrong there, but you know what I mean. Hopefully. Let's go. Let's go. Bam, bam. Bele, bele. Got mosh riff. Bam, 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 bam. That was good. That was better than Cold Cash and Cold Hearts. That was a really good tune. There's some great riffage going on there. Some great grooving. Verging into a very metalized style in relation to what we heard on that first track, which was a little more post-hardcore-esque. Fascinating. This is my first time listening to Thrice. I think Thrice might have had a tune on the Tony Hawk's soundtrack at one point, which I might have heard, if they did have one on there. We've got All That's Left coming up next. There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV. This is going to be a nice, easy listen. I can already tell. This could be a smooth listen, right? The Artist in the Ambulance is the record devoted to my friend Marcus, who recommended this on the Patreon. Track 3 is All That's Left. Shout out to all of the 90s babies who found themselves coming into the 2000s, artistically speaking. They started to find identity and independence and explore these realms of music. Of course, those who came from an earlier generation, gotta put some respect on you lot. Da 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 da. Powerhouse. Come on. Da 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 da. This is a great band. This chorus is fantastic. The way it elevates, you got the powerful vocal melody, and that lead guitar in particular, you know, really allows this section to shine. It's really good. Really good. He reminds me a little bit of the dude from Fall Out Boy with that hat on and the fringe, you know. Patrick Stump. Ba-bow. Come on. Yo, I swear, is it... Let me pause for 1 second, because there was a reference of Head Automatica, and I just need to clear that up. 1 moment. All right. So Marcus, who recommended this record, also wants me to do a bit of Glassjaw, which I've never checked out before. And he referenced that they co-share members with Head Automatica. And I don't know about Head Automatica. All I know is that one tune. Beating hearts, baby. Baby, is this love for real? In high school, I used to bond with this girl over that one particular song. So that's a proper deep one. I think I came across that song on a racing game. I don't know which one it was, but I think it was on the soundtrack of a racing game. And it was my favourite one on the soundtrack. And yeah, back in the day of MSN Messenger, I sent it over to a girl. Do you know when you're young, and I mean, I suppose... You know, grown men go through this as well. Not as much nowadays. I tend to be a little more frontal with things. But when you kind of like them and there's potential that she likes you back, but you never break the wall and you don't really know how to handle it. And so you just end up being friends until it awkwardly like fizzles out for some particular reason, or it becomes like there's never a right time to break through that wall from there on. And she was like that with me, and we used to bond over that particular song. Yeah, madness. That's a proper tune, that. Let's go. Love that chorus. Love that chorus. Come on. Awesome. That was a great song. That was the great best one on the record. Best one on the record so far. I always like to cast judgment and compile the first three and see what I thought of them. It was a great showcase of their versatility. Obviously, they stay within the boundaries. They're not like, you know, going prog rock to flipping Dillinger Escape Plan to this, that, and the third in between each and every song. They do have a composed sound. They have found their sound, but the first one was an alright introduction. It was an alright introduction. I don't know if they put this on as the first track, if it'd be too bold, you know. Just kick it off with Summer Epic. Because that was the banger. That was the banger out of the three. Let's keep going. We've got Silhouette coming up next. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV signing in. We're listening to Thrice. All right, for the first time in my life, The Artist in the Ambulance is the record. Do you know what else this energy portrays? A band called, like even down to the artwork, it shares the same energy as Taking Back Sunday. It shares the same energy as Funeral for a Friend. Do you know what I mean? Bands of this particular era came with a certain depth, man. I don't know if we get this anymore. Maybe I'm just being an old edge and want to say, oh, they don't make music like they used to. Bruh, there's a little bit of like an emo revival around these parts over in England. You know, a bit of a scene kid revival to some degree. And, you know, maybe for the youth, I don't know. They're too intense. The bands now are too intense. Bands like this just walked the line and did it very well. This time, listen through goes out to Marcus. Silhouette, let's go. Ba ba ba. Who does it remind me of? That elevation of the vocal there. Dun, dun, dun. This could be anywhere in the world, but Alexis on Fire, I think, is what I'm thinking of. Come on. Them drum fills are powerful, man. Great drumming. Powerful. It was all right. It was all right. You know, probably the heavier one we've heard. What after being tickled with the All That's Left chorus section, I want to hear him blast a couple more melodic choruses. In all honesty, I don't want to hear the metalcore. Don't want to hear the post-hardcore. I want to hear. Well, I guess I want to hear the post-hardcore. The metalcore, not as much so. The gruff vocals, not as much as the melodic, the melodicism, the hooks, the vocal melodies. Stare at the Sun coming up next. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. The artist in the ambulance is the record. Thrice is the band. 5 out of 12 is the sequence. Marcus Jones is the kind man who has recommended this one for us to listen to today. Let's jump in. Most viewed one so far at 5.1 million views. Over 5 times the views of the other most popular one, which was All That's Left. Let's find out why. Sonic RPG. Looks like Billy from Green Day. Yes, who's this guy? We got the twink. We got the twink on the bass guitar there. Is he on the bass or a 6-string twanger? He's on the old telly. I told you it sounded like that when we were listening to that. Look at the haircut, man. Good times. I had a haircut very close to that when I was younger. Let's go. Sip on some coffee, yeah? Definitely didn't steal it. Get back! Supermarkets rob you, alright? That was hyper. It was nonsense anyway, what I just said. It was a good tune. Worthy of a music video, wasn't it? I didn't think it was as good as the other music video. I thought All That's Left was better, but that was a great tune. Quality lead guitar work there. Yeah, quality. And I liked the build at the end where we hit the third chorus, but instead of just going through it 3 times in a row, we incorporated the backing vocals and we really emphasized it and really created a powerhouse out of that chorus. We've got Paper Tigers coming up next, all right? Let's keep moving. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. The artist in the ambulance is the record we're listening to by Thrice. Track 6 of 12 is entitled Paper Tigers. Let's go, shall we? Boldest that bass has been. Let's go. The singer said this song came from listening to Killswitch Engage on the way to band practice. Come on. I haven't seen one comment regarding this, but the guitar work is pretty nifty on this record. There's some brilliant hooks, some brilliant licks. There's some really cool stuff in regards to that. I'll be with you in a moment for Hoods on Peregrine, okay? I'll see you there. Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Hoods on Peregrine is the title of this one. Let's just jump straight in, shall we? We're listening to Artist in the Ambulance. This is track 7 of 12. Same guy who mixed this album was the guy who mixed Nevermind, Rage's debut, at the Drive-In. Fantastic, yeah. That was in response to someone saying this album is one of the best mixed and mastered albums of this genre. I think the production on this is, borderline flawless for the... for the band in question. It's a great sound. Come on. Some great licks and some quality lead guitar work, in my humble opinion. That was the selling point of that song, the lead guitar lines. We don't hear guitar licks like that no more. We don't hear, any guitarist on planet Earth joins a band, starts noodling in pentatonic, putting a few bits together, but there was something about this particular time where these lead guitars came with a particular sound to them, a particular melodic sway that just aligned perfectly with the musical circuit these bands resided in. Really good. Let's keep moving. We got The Melting Point of Wax coming up next. Track number 8 of 12, okay? Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. Thrice is the band we're listening to tonight. It's devoted to my friend Marcus, who recommended it on the Patreon. The Artist in the Ambulance is the record, and this is track 8 of 12, entitled The Melting Point of Wax. Let's go. What is the melting point of wax? Fills it. Full ascending bass line now. That was a good tune. That was a good tune. That was a good tune. It was nice to pay attention to the bass line in that one. A little bit more of a prominent bass line. I know bassist pops up every once in a while on the record, but I've not really been giving the bassist the utmost of my attention. This song in particular, though, quite a little bit of movement in that bass line. Enjoyable, to say the least. It just got me on a little bit of a philosophical train of thought, if you would call it that. There's really nothing... When you listen to so much music, yeah, you find that the foundation and the bass line, at least in Western music, you know, if we're speaking theoretically, you find that the separation between music such as this and, you know, your general pop music, it's generally just a difference of rolling a setting on an amp, giving a little more grit to the vocal line. Other than that, the foundational elements of this music is, because I was listening to the chorus, and the guitar work might play a couple of odd chords in relation to, your cowboy chords, your broken chords, what you might get from Ed Sheeran. But you play about 3 chords. And the tempo's, relaxed, steady. Bass line is melodic. Singer is singing melodically. And when you approach it from that manner, it is pop music. It all comes together in this unifying musical bubbling pot, don't you think? We've got blood clots and black holes coming up next. I hate that word, blood clots.
So,
horrible.
Sensodyne, repair and protect.
Yes, now bless now people. Don't forget to rest now. The Artist in the Ambulance is the record we're listening to today by Thrice. Track 9 of 12 is entitled Blood Clots and Black Holes. I hate the term blood clot. It's disgusting. Let's go. Track 9 of 12. I'm not inviting no negative energy. I've been enjoying this record. I just don't like that term. It's gross. Tight riff, eh? Oh God, we got somebody here 2 years ago. Exactly why I came here, but no comment. Some light vocal harmonies there. Very, very blended. Very blended. Dig it in. Good tune, good tune. Somebody said this was skate punk in the comment section. Not what I would consider skate punk in particular. I was admiring the album artwork during that. I do like the photo that's been taken. It's got a great nostalgic feel to it, you know. Sometimes these photos, the artist will take them, and because it means something to them, they will project that feeling onto their market, onto their audience, feeling like people will perceive it in the same manner, which is just not the case. But in regards to this particular image, I do like it. I do like it. I do like the layout of this cover. You know, it's pretty cool. Let's keep on moving. We've got the title track coming up next. The Artist in the Ambulance. I will see you there. Yes, now, there's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. The Artist in the Ambulance is the record we're listening to. This is the title track from that record, falling onto tune number 10 of 12. Okay, we're listening to Thrice tonight. 1.3 million views on this one, just with it being the audio. Must be a good one, eh? It's a fan favourite. Let's go.
Late night breaks, I hear the tires squeal. Red light can't stop, so I spin the wheel. My world goes black before I feel an angel lift me up, and I open bloodshot eyes into fluorescent white.
I mean, you can see why, eh?
Close the doors and I am gone.
Great guitar. Great guitar. Sounds like Flipping Good Charlotte.
Empty words are not enough. I'm left here with the question of just what if I to show accept the promises I never kept. I lie here shaking on this bed until the weight of my regrets.
Come on. Wow, love them lead guitars.
Look around and you see that at times it feels that no one really cares. Keep it down, but I'm still gonna try to do what's right. I know that there's a difference between side and band. Giving everything you have.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and...
Working up the will to cross it, and I hope that I will never let you down. I know that this can be more than just flashing lights and sound. Rhetoric and race and dead. I'm sick of always talking with there's no change. Rhetoric and race and dead. I'm sick of empty words. Let's leave.
You could throw a... That guitar lick's going to come back in again, but you could throw a guitar solo in there. I don't think this is a band that's going to do that, though, but you could do. Right now.
Late night breaks, I hear the tires squeal. Red light can't stop, so I spin the wheel. My world goes black before I feel an angel steal me
Come on.
from the bleeding jaws of death and chance, and pull me in with steady hands, giving me a second chance. The honest in me.
It did it. It sounds like The Good and the Hopeless by Good Charlotte.
Ambulance, I hope that I will never let you down. I know that this can be more than just flashing lights and sound. Can we pick you off the ground? More than flashing lights and sound.
That was good. That was really good, yeah. That was a great showcase of songwriting capability. They really went out of their way to create a song in that one, you know. And it hit well. Yeah, that was really good. That was The Artist in the Ambulance. Arguably the best track on the record, but by saying it's the best track, of course it's all subjective. I would say it was the best as far as like the writing is concerned, the composition. It was, you know, songwriting 101 right there. Really good, really good. really. Well, wouldn't be a stretch, but it was a fantastic composed, piece of work. That we got the Abolition of Man coming up next. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV signing in. The Abolition of Man is the 11th title on the 12-track record, The Artist in the Ambulance by Thrice. Let's jump in. What a great production. Great sound on this record. Great clarity. Great space. Great audacity, Really, really well produced. Really well produced record. When I first started this record listen through, on the first couple of songs, people said like this was Thrice's best record. There wasn't an abundance of comments stating that, so take my word with a pinch of salt. It's not like it's flipping Master of Puppets. But with that being said, what do you think to that? Is this the perfect representation of Thrice? Some people say that post 2007 they sort of took a different turn, and so many of the people weren't too fond of that. You tell me. This seems like a band that, even though they would mature down the line, they still compose fantastic music. I don't see why this band would not, We got one last track coming up, Don't Tell and We Won't Ask. I will see you there. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, signing in. And finishing off, we are finishing the record, The Artist in the Ambulance, with the track Don't Tell and We Won't Ask. All right, let's polish this off. This entire listen through has gone out to my friend Marcus, who recommended that. If you're a Thrice fan, don't thank me, thank Marcus. All right, let's go.
Doing all this self-defense.
Nice outro. Composed for the job, no doubt. I assume that they intended to have an outro to the record, and I think most bands kind of should, through one way or another, whether it be through a showcase of some sort, you know. I don't like it when they finish it on a cliffhanger or just some dead moment. That seemed like it was placed there with intention. That was a nice way to finish the record. It was relatively long, call it 4 minutes, and yeah, didn't feel like it. It did feel like there was a transitional period though, maybe around 2 minutes 40 in or something along the lines of that, where it moved into the last section, which felt like an outro. That was good. And bruh, I'm not gonna go into too much depth on the song in particular, because what I am gonna do is give you one last video where I give my final overview and I will rate this album as a whole out of 10. All right, I'll tell you what I think. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, D-Dog, signing in with a little review, cheeky little album review. We listened to Thrice. My first time really listening to this band. Seen the name Thrice come up numerous times, but I've never delved into the band. I think Thrice must have been on the Tony Hawk soundtrack with a... If it probably, you know what I mean, if it was on like Fuck 2 or something, they would have been doing a cover song. So it probably wasn't even their own material I've heard them perform. But it was nice to finally tick the box. It was recommended on the Patreon by my friend Marcus, who's been putting me on some great music, to be fair, and filling a lot of blind spots in my alternate music knowledge. You know, these are the bands. Marcus puts forward a lot of bands that I could have taken the route through whilst learning about music and educating myself about music and experiencing what suits me. These are bands that I could have listened to, but just due to the mass, you know, spectrum of the market and the musical economy, you know, you can't listen to it all, can you? So it's nice for somebody to be able to recommend me acts that, you know, I might have bypassed and not checked out, and now I can actually take the time to listen. And Thrice is definitely one of them bands. I don't know what the Alkaline Trio sound like, or whether I'm just putting them both together because Thrice and Trio sort of come together, but those bands alike, because they seem to be within the same branding from what I'm aware, or, you know, from the outside looking in, have perceived. This was a good record. It was entitled The Artist in the Ambulance, 12 tracks. 2003 it was put out, and it definitely sounds like a 2003 record, although maybe even 2006, you know, because I would say that was like the peak of, or the you know, the pinnacle prior to the decline of this particular style of music, this post-hardcore-esque, emo-esque rock music, you know, alternate rock, that touched a lot of people that were mirror representations of me when I was a young teenage boy, or a young man, should I say. Generally, we are flirting around the 3-minute mark with each and every song, which is perfect. 12 songs, averaging around 3 minutes, 3 minutes 10 per song, is a great amount of content, you know. 12 songs, you have to make sure that, you know, you're not boring anyone to death. So I feel 3 minutes is, if not sub 3 minutes, is substantial for somebody to make their mind up whether they like or don't like the song. And if they don't, well, it doesn't matter, because we're moving on to the next song soon. Couple of bangers on here, couple of great showcases of songwriting capability. In particular, All That's Left, I really like the chorus on that one. Stare at the Sun must have been the banger on the record, but I didn't think it was as good as All That's Left. And then, of course, you had the title track, The Artist in the Ambulance. And to be fair, title tracks on albums tend to be a bit shit, don't you think? You would think that you would reserve the title track for, like, the best showcase of what the album is about, but generally it tends to work out quite crap, I find. That's not the case in this one, because The Artist in the Ambulance, the track, is really fantastic on this. Really fantastic. They've gone out of the way to compose a great song as opposed to, like, you know, jamming out. It's like they've come together and written a fantastic song for that one. So I liked that one. I liked that one. Guitar work was good. Well, good would be an understatement. You know, the guitar work was great, to be honest with you. The lead guitars were fantastic. Great uplifting sound to the guitars. Great licks. The bass line was good. Was it incredibly prominent in the mix? Not necessarily, but there was audio. Sometimes the bass line is just dead, gone, disappeared. You can't hear it. You're like, where the hell is the bass? Even when you try to pay attention. You can hear the bass on this record. The vocal line is good. It's not my type of vocal line. But when he hits a good chorus section, a good melody, it's good. Yeah. What more needs to be said about that? The drumming was good. A couple of powerful fills, but the drummer's job wasn't to show off. The drummer just held it down. Most of the magic, not to disregard the band, but most of the magic of this product is the glitz and the glamour of the pristine sound engineering. Really good sound engineering. When I say glitz and glamour, I don't mean we've put a load of cheap shit over it to make it sparkle like pop music fodder. Like, there is a great production to this record, which really suits the sound, really suits the band, really suits the image. And supposedly it was the same guy who engineered Nevermind, of all albums. Jeez. So getting polished off by the right kind of dude. With that being said, I'd rate this album a 7.25 out of 10. 7.25, yeah. 7.25. I don't need to explain myself on that. I'll leave that there. That was a good recommendation. I'm signing out on that one. Peace, people. One love.